Good evening. Welcome to our daily class from Rabbi Nachman at Patreon. We're here in the main midrash of Nar Shalom in Jerusalem. It's the day after Tisha B'Av, and I hope everybody can feel the changing in the atmosphere, the wind and the weather, the spiritual weather. That's the important stuff. That Am Yisrael is on the up now. After this time in the calendar, the rabbis teach us that we won back the rest of the month of Av and the month, of course, of Elul. Yaakov Avinu and Esav are in competition for the months. Now, what that actually means is a very high-level thing, but we know that Tu B'Av is coming on Shabbat, and that's a day of joy for Am Yisrael. So anytime there's a day of joy, that means that the spiritual energy is getting better. We're holding in the 29th Torah of Likutei Moharan at the end of the Sefer, and we've got the end of the Torah, and we've got a return to the original story from the Gemara that the Rav told us. And this was Kahai Gavra Da'azir Ba'aitata. A man went to look for a wife, and he couldn't find one. They didn't bring him one. Of course, he was looking for a holy woman, a wise woman, the fears Hashem. And then he goes on and immediately jumps back to the concept that we've been learning over and over. Someone who does sins, God forbid, especially with the covenant, and he causes blood to the Shekhinah, which is not a good situation. We learned that the snake bit Chava in the back, because the back is the place that we're vulnerable. The back is the place of the chitzonim, the external forces, the negative forces that always get you in the back. That's why people always have back problems, and their back hurts, because that's where the dinim are coming. And the snake attacked Chava from behind. So this is all about this vulnerability of the exposure of the spiritual level. That in a person, frontally, you have protection, you have eyes, you have ears, you can see and hear and smell what's happening, but behind us it's much harder. So too it was for Chava. And this creates a separation between God's transcendent self and His immanent self, the masculine and the feminine, the Kucha B'richu Ushchinte. That these two concepts of God reply to the higher realms and the lower realm, and if there's a separation, it's a bad situation. Lo kahavele, and this is the idea in the story of the man not getting a wife. That God roared like a lion upon his beautiful place, which of course is Jerusalem. And what did he see? That he went to this place that they wouldn't give him a woman. Why is he going there? Now this is important. When we want to purify the malchut, the kingship, from the blood, from this impurity that's caused because of the sins, he goes up to the higher level. The minute you want to purify, you go to a higher level. We learned that the Tikkun Klali, the general repair, fixes all the little repairs. So the idea of Tikkun Klali is according to the mochin that control the entire soul, the entire body. So we go up to the higher level to fix all the lower levels. And this is going higher than the level of Isha Yirat Hashem, which of course is the Shekhinah. She's at the lower level. She's in the Malchut. When you go up to the Lav Nunita Mochin, up to the brain power, you go to a higher level that reaches all the lower levels. That the tzaddik, the righteous person, rules with his awe of God. So the tzaddik who has this general repair, he's at a higher level. And he rules with yirah. The real tzaddik, you never call him anything to his face. You don't say, "Oh, you're a tzaddik." The guy who walks in the kitchen, "Oh, tzaddik, how you doing today?" No, that's not a tzaddik. That's just a guy people like to tease. The real tzaddik, you can't open your mouth in front of him. Okay, you're afraid of him. Shehu bechinat malchut, because he's the real kingship. He's Yirat Hashem. Como shekatuv ilmale mora'ah shel malchut. If it was not for, it says in Pirkei Avot, it was not for the fear, right? The fear of the kingship, which is punishment, which is the police and the government, etc. Right? Haim chavero yibaleu, that a friend will swallow up his buddy. Shekal sachtav datza latata. And then the continuation of the story was the guy took a peg and he tried to put it into a lower place on the wall, right? And it didn't go in. Sachta ze bechinat yetedot masmerot, right? Pegs, nails, but the idea is still an allusion to connection, right? To connecting two things, like male and female. Como sheperush Rashi, hayinu bechinat divrei Torah, the connection to divrei Torah. Como shekatuv the divrei hachamim kedarbonot u'masmerot. That the words of the rabbis are like these nails and tacks that hold. They nail a person down in their place. When you learn the rabbi's words, there's no place to move. You can't fight the truth. And datzalatata, so when he tried to place it in a lower place, which is the malchut, the place of the lower shidduch, right? Aynu bechinat madrigot tachtonot. Keshe'en tikkun haklali. Well, when there's no tikkun haklali at the lower place, you can't get the fixing. You can't get the repair. Bechinat batar da astalek Rabbi Shimon. And this was what happened after Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away. The speech left. The level of the malchut of Rabbi Shimon left the world because his speech was so perfect and high and holy that you couldn't talk after Rabbi Shimon left. The daber divrei Torah kanal. Adibur asur. Excuse me, I jumped a line. This is the idea of the isur of speaking at all. Because when Rabbi Shimon left, he took the speech, and that's the idea that the peg wouldn't go in the wall. You couldn't talk Torah after Rabbi Shimon passed away. People were in too great a mourning. But then he pushed the peg into a higher place. This is the day of Rabbi Shimon, which of course is Lag BaOmer, because everybody celebrates that day. Shehu keshet abrit, which is the idea of the rainbow of the covenant, right? The rainbow of the covenant is when God shows a rainbow. It means He's forgiving us, even if we don't necessarily deserve it, because there's a tzaddik who has got us covered, like Rabbi Shimon. And like other great tzaddikim. Shu tikkun haklali, because he has the general repair. Like Rabbi Nachman revealed it. Sha'az dibur mutar, and then you can speak. Because they freed up the speech by having the tikkun klali in your heart and in your soul, then you can talk to God and then you can speak words of Torah, etc. That he showed them, which goes back to the complete beginning of the story, that the way we elevate our speech is by praising the righteous, the real tzaddikim, shehu tikkun haklali, because they have this perfection, this complete dibur. And this is the general principle. All things, when you want to fix them, it's impossible to fix them. You have to go to the general repair. Right? If a person has ill health in his body, the first place you look is the blood. Right? Because the blood is everywhere. And the blood's carrying all kinds of issues. First thing the doctor asks for is the blood test. Because from the blood test, he knows where to start looking. And that's ke'ilu, a metaphor for this idea of the tikkun haklali, kedei laharim et hamoach. Because when we praise tzaddikim, we learn to lift up the mind. Shemisham nimshach kol halavnunit, and that will draw down the white power of the soul in the brain into all the places in the lower structures of the soul. V'hai nami et ramya la bat mazla, and then by doing so, he lifts up his own bat mazal. His own mazal is, of course, neshama, but it's also connected to his wife, bat mazla, ayinu bechinat hamochin, which is the mental power that he's getting back by doing the tikkun haklali, v'nozli min Lebanon, and it flows from Lebanon, Hayinu shetafas lehem ledugma et adibur. That again, the woman is always a metaphor for speech in Kabbalah. So you get that new speech from the Tikkun HaKlali. Ve'hara lahem, and he showed them she'efshar teken ki'im al yedei tikun klali. And it can't be fixed without this general repair. So this idea is something that if you live it, you know it, you're not going to have any problems. People that say, you can say 10 Tehillim, I can say any 10 Tehillim, there's 150 Tehillim, I'll say the whole book. That's not what he said. That's not the tikkun. The tikkun is to understand. He even says there's actually one pasuk in each of the 10 Tehillim that actually cause the repair. Because each line of any Tanakh has power from Hashem. But certain lines are more powerful than others. And they carry power into our soul, and that reconnects us to our higher soul. And then the soul starts to flow down into the lower regions, and we start to fix things. And one of the places we fix, of course, is our speech. And that's the idea of B'yom Moshe Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai, which we should all have the merit to sense the joy, the glory of that day, wherever you are, even if you're not in Meron on Lag Bomer. So we're going to continue this Torah. It looks like we might even finish it tomorrow. It's been quite a while. But God willing, we'll have, a few more years of work left before it's over. But God bless you all. Have a great week, and we'll see you tomorrow.